Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Budget Sim Racers channel, aka that's me. We're going to be trying out something new until F1 2021 is released, because I really don't want to play F1 2020. I feel like it'll get boring while everybody's already seen content on F1 2021. Unfortunately, I don't have the privilege to be sent F1 2021 by Codemasters here. So anyways, welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, and we're going to get started here with a new game. We're going to go to normal mode without the tutorial, and let's just jump right into it. As we load in, see what our first job comes up as. So I've played a little bit of this game, but not too much. And here we are. So it looks like this is our garage. We already have 2 orders actually, so let's answer the phone here, see what this says. Poor brake performance, and what do we have? A year and a half ago I bought this car for my son. He said that he's not interested in anything except driving it and occasionally filling it up at the gas station. Please check the oil and the tires. Okay, so we'll check the oil and the tires. So obviously I know a little bit about this game here, so we go here, we go to move car, we're going to take it over to car lifter A. First thing we're going to do, just get it up on the lift here. Pop that hood. It wants to check the filter, right? I think we did. So there's 4 clips on basic air filter, which is not standard on every car. There you go, but your air filter would pretty much all be in the same location. That air filter was at 1%, so it looks like it was a good thing he brought it into us. And I'll try to, for people who don't know much about cars that do watch my videos, I will try to explain a lot. That oil's brown, and there's not much in there. So, for the people who don't know a lot about cars, or anything like that, I will try to explain as much as I can. But here we go, we have the main shop. Oh, and air filter's right there. Perfect. So we're going to come back, go to part mount, slap the air filter in, put the air filter cover back on. Then these 4 little clips, clip back on, the air filter cover. So basically, just going to play this game until F1 2021 comes out. I'm going to try to do a couple of videos here throughout the weekends. Maybe I'll do some more American truck or Euro truck, and maybe I'll just do a bunch of other stuff, and we'll just kind of see what goes on. And see if I can find any other games that I might want to play. So he wants us to check the tires, so obviously you take the tire off. So we're going to just get the side of the tire so I can already order 4. So we go to our tire changer, go to separate parts, or separate, and then we're going to separate those there. Basically you don't have to undo the bolts in the star pattern, but when you put them back on, you put your rims back on your car, you're always going to want to do it in a star pattern. Just evenly pushes it up against the hub. That's pretty standard across anything, like when you're changing a tire or anything like that. Always star pattern. So basically we're just going to come over here now, take, separate. Okay, so we're going to come over to the shop. We're going to go to our inventory and check what tire it is. So it's a 205 55 R16. Standard tire B, I think that was. 205, standard tire B, 205 55 R16. Standard tire. What was that standard tire B? Jeez Louise. Standard tire B, 205 55 R16. So standard tire B. You have your width, which is the 205 number. Then you have your profile, which is your 55. And then your, I forgot the rim size. 16. Okay, 16. So a 205 is your width always. 55 is your profile. and then your rim size is 16. That will be, if you guys are ever stranded or anything, that will be labeled on the side of your tire. And that's universal. Every tire, if you just go out and look at your tire, it'll tell you those 3 numbers somewhere on the sidewall of the tire facing out towards you. And whenever you get like say if you get like a puncture or like a flat tire, that's how you tell them when you go to order tires. You need those 3 numbers so they know what to buy, which fits on your rim. Because your rim will have your standard width, right? But then if you want to stretch your tires, then you get into a whole mess of things where you have to get your width will be shorter, like smaller. So say this is a 205 rim. This is a 205 rim. So you go like a 1, like you can go to a 200. So you can have a 5 mil stretch to the edge of the rim. As long as the bead is sealed, it will still hold the air. This is a balancer. That's how you balance your tires. Because if you don't balance your tires after you change them, it's obviously gonna go down the road wobbly to all high heaven. Then next job I'm gonna take will be brakes, and that'll be probably the end of the episode there, depending on how long we're into it. But then I'll explain brakes to you guys and all that for those who don't know it, which isn't bad. I do my own brakes on my car every time, because brakes for the majority of the time they are standard across all cars. They pretty much work the same. They all have the same components for the most part, but you can get into like twin piston or I think it's brakes. You have twin cylinder discs and like, or twin cylinder like calipers, and then you have like disc brakes. But basically, if you guys are not in any race cars or any higher end cars and you just want to change your brakes, you will be able to do it, because it's pretty simple. And YouTube could also show you everything you need to know on how to change your brakes. You just do a quick YouTube tutorial, and I'm sure somebody on YouTube will show you how to do it. As we get the last tire on in the star pattern, car status. Oh, we didn't change his fuel filter. So your fuel filter, again, not standard on all cars, comes off. And obviously this game like isn't a perfect replication, because obviously in your real car, if you look under the hood, it's not going to look like the cars in this game, because this game doesn't include all the wires you have to go through. This is like a very dumbed down version of an engine right here, because normally you'd have wires coming off to your battery, obviously, and you'd have wires coming off to pretty much your brake servo. You'd have wires coming off everywhere. So this is a very, very dumbed down version of it. Car status is done. We're going to finish the order. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Go to our inventory. Sell all these. I can just go sell parts, and then bam. So next we're going to take a brake order right here. We're going to take this guy's brake problems. Then we're going to move it over to the lift. Car lifter A. So basically, yeah, the giveaway is once we hit 100 subscribers, I'll be giving away a copy of F1 2021 on any platform that you guys are on, or girls who are watching my video. So let's get into the brake change. So basically you have your caliper here. This will have your brake line connected somewhere around here, but you will always have these 2 bolts will be in the back. Those come off. Normally your brake pads will come off with there. They won't be stuck on the disc here. Then you take your brake disc off. So, but you always want to zip tie. If you let your brake caliper there dangle, it could damage your brake line. So you always want to zip tie it up to your spring or your front shock, just to hold it while you work. That way it's out of your way, and if you do slip or anything. And there's also a cylinder inside of your caliper that you will need to compress. But before you start your brakes, you normally go under the hood and you have your brake fluid. You always want to unscrew that cap. Take that cap off. it just relieves some of the pressure, so when you squeeze the cylinder back in to get your brake pads out, or to fit your caliper back around your pads. So I'll try to explain it if I can get a good look in here a little bit better. So basically how it works is you have your front pad and then you have your rear pad. There's a cylinder that sits right here. And when you press the brakes, it'll push fluid into there and compress the cylinder, pushing the outer pad in and closing the gap between your pads, so it squishes the rotor in between your two pads, as you can see on the front and back. But when you put your car to a stop, you're going to apply your brakes and then put up your e-brake and then turn off your car. So this cylinder here, it will be compressed. So normally you take off your caliper with your 2 bolts in your back always. They'll probably be rusty, so you'll need to take some penetrating oil and put that on there. He just needs new brakes. I'm going to do that. 26 pads. So you'll need to compress that. So by the way, when you want to take your brake fluid, like right here it'll be, you take that off. You take this cap off, so when you do compress your cylinder, it won't, there won't be excess pressure built up under that cap and cause brake failures. So what it'll do, when you compress your cylinder, it'll send all that fluid back up, and it'll actually bubble out that, because the pressure can be released. But if you guys don't relieve that pressure, then it could be a problem. But after we get these guys' brakes back on, that'll probably be it for the episode here. And probably record a racing game right after this, then upload that tomorrow, and that'll be it for the day here. Just thought I'd give you, and then we can continue with episode 2 maybe tomorrow. And yeah, so that's pretty much all there is to brakes, and obviously this is a very easy version. It normally takes like 2 to 3 hours to do brakes. Excuse me, I'm dying. Jeez Louise. So anyways, it'll take like 2 to 3 hours, depending on how rusted all the bolts are and how new you are to getting your brakes changed. It's just a good way to save like $400 from taking it to the mechanics. And sometimes, I'll show you guys on the next tire here, and I didn't do the start pattern, but we're going to ignore that. Normally, when you go to put your rotor on, this will kind of be rusted on to your hub. So you're going to need to hit it with a mallet. Like hit it here, hit it here, hit it here, hit it here, and just try to break it off. Like, not break it off, it's kind of a horrible word for it. But you just want to kind of break away the rust, and then it'll just slide right off, and you just slide the new one back on. Put your pads in your old caliper, and let your caliper's bad, and that's a whole mission to change. But that's pretty much it. That's all she wrote. So, well, thanks for watching, everybody, and I will probably see you guys later today or early tomorrow for another new video. So stay tuned.